Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the next installment of the Daily Bones series. It's currently August 22nd at 7:34 p.m. And here we are again, day 14, I guess. Um, Essentially, it's a Friday, the first day of the weekend of many weekends, but it's just a day in particular that I enjoy. Spend time with my dad today, and me and him and my little brother, we went out, shopping and all that. Got a lot of good food, ate, had fun, went from here to there. It was just a fun, nice day for an outing. It was delightful in that regard. Um, and it's just it's just fun. It's just fun, and it's more, how do I say it, enjoyable, going about it here and there, especially on the weekends, because during the weekends, that's the one time where you can actually just kind of kick back and just thoroughly enjoy yourself, like thoroughly enjoy yourself without having to worry about this or that, or just thoroughly, you know, go about it and not worry about anything, just enjoy yourself as is, And I always think about it a lot where, you know, the approach of life. You know what I mean? It's like, what do you want life to mean to you? Like, what do you want to do in your life and everything? And I realize that, there's a lot of things in the world that I may never get to experience, or there's a lot of things that, I may never get to read or see or feel or, enjoy out there. But the only thing that I can do is to experience myself. You know what I mean? To experience everything that life can offer for you as you are. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of stuff where, people can go and, they can spend money and enjoy and everything. You know what I mean? Like, they can enjoy themselves. They can go here to see this thing, or they can go here to travel, or they can go here. And, there's a lot of options in that regard. But I meant more so in the sense where, like, I want to go see space, but will I ever get the chance to see space? I mean, I could if I decide to become an astronaut, or if I spend a lot of money, but those are kind of two avenues right now that are not currently feasible for me. You know what I mean? So what can I do in that time? I'm limited in that aspect. What I can do is I can just choose to experience myself, do what I want to do that makes me happy. If I want to go out late at night and, you know, have fun at a bar, or, just go play arcade games, late at night, like late into the morning, where it's like 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, I can do that. And I can enjoy it because that's stuff that, makes me thoroughly happy. You know what I mean? But it's fun. It is fun. It is fun in that aspect, and it's just beautiful as is. It's as beautiful as is, getting to do things that you can just have for yourself. you know and I know that, the internet is, for instance, a vast expanse of knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, you can get to see a lot of things on there. You can get to read a lot of things on there. You can get to do a lot of things on there, and it is great in that aspect. If you kind of put aside all the, nonsensical stuff, or, like, the berating and, the negativity. There's a lot of great things you can experience on the internet too, right? It's just using it properly and learning what you want from it. You know what I mean? Like, you can learn how to, literally, from using the internet, you can learn how to fix cars. You can learn how to shave. You can learn how to, tie a tie. You can learn how to, build, structures from scratch, or learn how to code, or learn how to do this and that. It's fun. It is thrilling. I myself, I plan to use it to learn more about the healthcare industry, and work in that field, because it's just so expansive. It's so great in terms of its sources and everything. But that's where it's saying, do what fits best for you, and as long as you enjoy it, that's the thing that, really sets things apart. Because there's so many pathways that you can't walk forever. You know what I mean? There's so many things out there where, like, if you're taking one particular direction, you can't just stop, make a U-turn, and go on a different path. Sometimes it's not possible, right? But let's say, even if those other pathways hold something that you really enjoy and you really find beautiful, that you want to pursue, right? Make sure you first celebrate the direction that you're in right now. You know what I mean? Celebrate the direction that you are currently in, because that's the path you chose first. Because out of all the ones out there beforehand, that was the one that seemed the most appealing and beautiful to you, the one that made the most sense to you, you know? And I feel like, personally, that's something that you need to celebrate first, because wherever you are right now, you made it that far because of your decisions. You know what I mean? Good and bad doesn't matter. Good and bad, there's always going to be good moments, there's always going to be bad moments, but you need to put everything to perspective. I made it this far because I did my choices as is. Some of them had some pretty bad consequences, some of them had fantastic rewards. Good and bad alike, it's still something that I chose, and it's fun. It's fun. It's okay, uh, I realize to a certain degree what I said in the very beginning, about like the whole experience and all that stuff. It may sound a little bit like nihilism, you know what I mean? Like a little bit like nihilism, but I still think about that principle where it's just like, you know what? You just have to do what you can, and that's it. Keep prospering for the sake of your own sanity, keep prospering for the sake of your own stability, because at the end of the day, you may have a lot of friends, you may have a lot of family, but at the end of the day, the only person that truly has your back is yourself. You know what I mean? Always put that into realization. The only person that truly has your back is yourself. And that's the premise of why you need to really appreciate yourself as you are. Because no matter what happens, there's always just going to be you out there. Your friends may come and go. Your friends may stay with you forever, or they may, just leave at some point. They may, like same thing with family members. Family members will be here, for a long, long time. But eventually, there will be a point where you just have to do things for yourself. And it may be scary at that point. But that's why it's all the more important that you find stability and happiness within yourself, because at the end of the day, you just have yourself. If things start happening wrong, or let's say you fall sick, no one else falls sick. You do first, because it's just you. You know what I mean? It's important to take care of yourself first in that regard. Stay healthy. Stay joyful. That's the idea. And again, I realize a lot of it's easier said than done, but I think that's all the more important, where you just really have to kind of hammer it down to yourself. It's all mentality thing. Hammer it down in your mind where, like, yes, I can do this. I can be happy. I can achieve this. I can do all this. That's the idea, And I realize, that's a very deep and interpersonal, I guess, thought process or rambling that I've had for today. But, considering that, the rest of the day or earlier in the day was pretty chill. But again, you just have those moments where, like, you know what, I can do this. I can truly do this, But it just be that, it just be that. A little bit of a short video today, but I just want to say thank you, everyone, for coming in and for listening. I appreciate you all, and I hope you have a wonderful time. I hope you have a wonderful time.